So this idiot, Klaus Schwab, I'm not calling him idiot because he is a mentally ill person. He is an emotional ill person, but I'm calling him idiot because he is full of ideas. Idiot comes from ideas, not very smart ideas. That's in my head. Now the definition, accepted definition about idiot maybe is different, but I have the right to have my own reality, the way the vaccinated people accepted to have their own made up reality. So we respect everyone's reality and the right to think. So please respect my reality. From my perspective, it's a good reality. From yours, could be different. And respect my right to think and express. So it's up to you. You want to stick around or move on. But since you were programmed to respect those people who accepted the forced vaccination, and you choose to respect them as a right to choose, and the right of the woman to have an abortion, that means you should respect my right to call this guy an idiot, right? But not because, like I said, not because he is mentally ill, is because he is full of ideas. So at one of his forums, like a World Economic Forum, a gathering in Davos, he brought a bunch of other idiots, not like I said, not mentally ill people, but those full of ideas, technocrats who are supporting his agenda. So I'm not talking about the mentally ill people. They could be mentally ill from certain people perspective, but from my perspective it's just like a bunch of surface thinkers, people who are there because they feed their ego and they think they are so great by being invited by such a great guy. Same thing Trudeau did. So he fed his ego. He thought that he could get a slice of power by joining this agenda, supporting this idiot agenda of one world power, so he could get a piece of power under the big power of the evil person who is this Klaus Schwab. Okay, so in that agenda there is this idea of replacing God design with a human design. So one of the idiots, one of these technocrats, showed up at this Davos meeting and said that we don't need a God in the sky to decide for us. We can decide our own genetics. We can design our own future, our own. Someone, a weird person, by himself in the car with the ski goggles and a full face mask. An Asian person, because I saw the eyes before he put the goggles on. But he is by himself. Still, I do have to respect his ways of thinking, right? So you should respect mine. Anyways, so this technocrat, idiot technocrat, I don't know if he is from Google or something, but he got picked by this Klaus Schwab people, because Klaus Schwab cannot work by himself on his agenda. He has a bunch of cocksuckers who will get a little slice of power. That's always like that. So a king cannot be king without his army of cocksuckers. And it's a bullying attitude. Even in the animals world, it works that way. A wolf cannot hunt by himself. He needs the pack, and he can be the leader. Or if he is not as strong of a wolf, he has to be a cocksucker or the top guy. The same thing here. Some people want some of that slice of power because they see an opportunity and they think, oh yeah, this guy has a vision. I cannot do things by myself, but I attach myself to someone who has a vision and has already an army of cocksuckers or followers, and I join that army because it serves my interests. I get something. So mafia style, same thing. The mobs are doing the same. A member of the mob cannot achieve things by himself, but he wants a quick gain of power. So instead of going and working in a field or finding his purpose in life or doing something that he loves, like a normal person who contribute to the society, they think, oh, you know what, yeah, I want to cut the corners and I want to get to the power by joining this mob. So this Klaus Schwab has his own mob. It's no difference than a mob. The communists did the same thing. In any society you see this mob attitude when people who grab the power from the rest of the people, they control with power, not control with love, but with power. So if you look at Jesus, he's an opposite. So he got a sort of an army of followers, but those followers were falling into love for love. So they were kind of promoting love for people because they were driven by love, and they joined Jesus just because he was crazy about providing love and loving people and supporting people in their journey towards God. But the mobs, it's all about power and control. It's all evil. So this Klaus Schwab mob, it's all about power and stealing power from others because evil works through them. Anyways, back to what I was going to say. They want to promote this human genome changes, so-called improve, to make the perfect humans. Okay, who would want that? So evil wants control. If these people express evil planning and thoughts, like Klaus Schwab, it's clear an expression of evil. I'm not saying because the way he dresses, the way he talks, like in this movie with Dark Vader, boss, some guy from above. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a I don't know. It's I have the experience to recognize evil in people. And not only evil in people, but the evil workings, how evil destroys. So he uses people, tricks them into giving them what they want, because people want something, and evil knows that. When evil see people looking for powers, evil can give them powers, and then later the evil does his job, destroy those people who got in dealings with evil. And I don't know, it's sad to see that Trudeau, it's up for divorce now, but that's also evil work. Evil took his mind away, so he was engulfed into these thoughts of like how to do these things to serve this evil person, Klaus Schwab, and how to be great, how to do this and that, and he used evil tricks, and all he did, or almost all he did, he was serving evil, like with a Trans Mountain Pipeline, with whatever projects that were serving the evil community of these people working with energy, the greedy people. So it's like he was dealing with evil, and evil now is touching his life. And he doesn't understand that. He doesn't, because his mind is all messed up with the greed for power. And he lost it. He lost the sense of reality, where he came from, because he was built into a reality like that, working in a family of politicians and all that stuff. Anyway, so that's about my supreme leader here in Canada. Talking about this Klaus Schwab and the technocrats, maybe I'll go around the topics, but they are all connected. Technocrat guy shows up with a laptop reading the script. He said that we can create our own future, our own human race, the perfect human being. So he saw this thing as an opportunity to express his whatever dreams. That's okay to have dreams about perfect humans, perfect world, but perfect humans for what? Because he doesn't understand the purpose of the human soul and the purpose of being put into a body that is getting sick because of the sins, because of the sinful actions. So people get sick and they have to suffer. Those technocrats have no clue about these spiritual workings created by God, because they don't believe in God. So guess what? You have a future army of Chinese type, like all looking the same, all doing the same, all thinking the same, all easily controlled. But because that's the idea of the evil. So evil takes your mind by giving you some candies, like, wow, it feels so good. So the surface thinker thinks like, oh yeah, it's so cool to have all perfect people, right? It would be a perfect utopia. And then the evil, working through those people in power, say, you know what, yeah, I need some perfect zombies not connected to God. Because once they realize that everyone is so perfect and they are made up humans, they are told that this is the normal. We can create our own genome. You can create the babies you want. You can program what babies you get, right? People feel like, why we need nature, why we need God into the whole setup, when we as the humans have the power to decide about our future, right? That's cool, right? I want that. I want to have the perfect baby. I want to have my perfect pop, which is my baby, so I can brag at school. He's like, so beautiful. Oh yeah, it was designed at this design house, genetic design house, right? Oh yeah. Okay, because because I got some social credit points by being a better informant or whatever, sucking cock. I got better points, social credit or whatever. So I could go to get my kid at a better design house where they get better models, good looking kid, strong, can be happy, right? That's the way we get happiness, by showing off with our pups. Look at my puppy, right? Guess what? Those are disconnected from God. Those people are godless people. And guess what? When people have no God, they have no love. And you see a bunch of pups, good-looking kids, a new generation of muscular kids, boys, and big boobs, chicks, or whatever the design is. They might come up with a new fashion. You can have 3 boobs because 2 boobs is not enough for the dudes. You can have 3 assholes because the new generation might want to fuck everywhere, just to get extra juice out of the sexual experience, right? Maybe pockets of drugs here somewhere. I'm just making up some shit, right? But if they use this CRISPR technology, which was being used to generate this COVID virus, of course they could alter the human genome, and they are working on it. It's not just like trying. They are working. And probably they have some secret babies born somewhere, modified babies, and they don't tell about, because they evil through those people work on bigger plans. So you just see at some point, oh yeah, we have a new law allowing modification of the human genome, and they start with Canada, probably because it's a more free country. Then maybe China already did it. It's like it goes until it becomes normal. So my some country might say, yeah, I can't do that, but guess who decide? The ones who have money and power and control. And if they are all controlled by this one government, so some Klaus Schwab guy or his replacement will say, yeah, you can do that. How come? We decide for you. Yeah, people voted for that. So they may make people vote and ask, right, we want that, we want that. But people actually are programmed to say what the leaders want, because the leaders give them some candy, so people would want that. Same thing when people want to get rid of their death. So right now, countries are being put in death, right? So the COVID expenses were huge, and they borrowed the money, and now they have to pay the debt. And guess what? Countries won't be able to do that. And at some point, the leaders of the country, the so good leaders of the country, will say, you know what? Yeah, we can make it. We can pay. We want that reset. Yeah, woo, yeah, we want reset. I think it's coffee. What the fuck? I had some coffee. Shit. Anyway, so Great Reset is going to be demanded, not just a suggestion. People with demand, people who borrowed money to pay off, and they could not pay their mortgages. They sell the house, or the house get taken away by the bank. The bank would own a pile of inventory, which becomes government assets, because the banks are owned by the government at some point. We've been through the communism before. Oh, I know how they take it. They take all the assets of people, all the wealth, and becomes the government. You have nothing. You are a free person, but with a leash. Can make it. Can talk. If you think, I want to talk, then someone is going to punch you in the face, put you in your back on line, or the Secret Service take you away. So it gives you a beating, and say, yeah. Do you still want to talk? Do you want to talk? No, I'm good. I'm cool. Thank you. Sorry, I thank you for my life. So, anyway, I'm just having fun here by myself, because I experienced that shit. And people are so blind, they don't see where it goes. So again, back to the designed babies, the designed human society, not having love, not being connected to any gods or to God, will make a generation of very sad people, and they will do all sort of shit to get happy, including the stuff they did in Sodom and Gomorrah, or those famous biblical stories. So you know that, because people there had no God, and they were looking for ways to cope with the lack of love, with the pain, inside pain. So soul is hurting, and they don't know. And the body is now trying, the thinking brain is trying to do, get some good feeling. So you do drugs, you do booze, it's already happening, drugs, overdoses and stuff like that. So I see that, Yeah, so that's kind of the idea, a future generation, godless future generation. But why is that? Now you ask, guess what? Those souls are designed to come into a world at certain time, in like a slice in time. In our kind of perspective, there is a slice of time, but there is no time and space. But I'm just saying, those souls are programmed to come into a virtual world. This is a virtual world when these things happen, when there is no God, there is no love, right? forgotten people, and they are going to suffer. It's not like a hell the way is described into some spiritual books or religious book. It's not that bad, but it's another type of hell. You know, you feel free, you feel you can do shit, but you have no love, and you're suffering. Yeah, you can have all these things. You can have airplanes, rockets. You can have all cool stuff and toys. But if you have no love and your soul is crying, you're in a fucking prison, right? It's a cool prison with the guards that are not beating you, not torturing you, not fucking you in your ass, no, but not having love is worse than that. So what do you prefer? To get beaten but know that you have love from God and you feel like, you know what, yeah, I feel God is there for me, yeah, and you get some beating and you go over it, yeah, and the body at some point you think, oh, you know what, yeah, I can take the body can take the beating, but I'm still craving for God love, and it feels soothing when God love is over me. You feel it, right? But when you don't have love, you can have the best drugs, you can have the best booze, you can have the best chicks. Yeah, those pleasures are just temporarily, but your soul is still seeking and crying. That's not good. It's another type of hell. It's a better hell. But those souls, like I said, they were designed to incarnate into this type of world. I was designed to incarnate in my world right now with you in your world. You can have a hell or you can have a heaven here because it's still possible. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So if my life sucks, let's say, it's not because of you. It's just because of my soul deserves that. Talk to you later. I love you. Bye bye. Coffee is good.